Today we're going to be reviewing the Nerf Pro Sender. We're going to be discussing my pros and cons for this blaster, and if this is an item you should be purchasing. So let's talk about it. The Nerf Pro Sender is one of Hasbro's newest items in the Pro Level series. This semi-auto flywheel blaster is mag-fed and is advertised to shoot up to 150 feet per second. In the box you have an included pair of safety goggles, you have one 15-round magazine, and 30 half-length darts. The blaster is very compact, but has a removable stock cap, and when removed features an N-Strike stock attachment point, so you can use any stock of your choice that is compatible. The blaster is battery operated and requires 8 AA batteries in the bottom of the blaster. The blaster does come with a safety switch located behind the trigger. The included goggles actually felt durable and comfortable to wear, and even had a safety rating labeled for impact, so that's definitely a nice thing to see. The quality of the plastic is sturdy and durable, something I would expect out of Hasbro and for something to be labeled Pro. When testing the blaster for its velocity, I found I was getting shots roughly between 145 feet per second all the way to 155 feet per second, so its advertised claims held up to be true. If you're the type of player to rush and mag dump, or you're the type who constantly hides in tight places, this blaster could fit for you because of its size and design. For what I've mentioned so far, you would anticipate that I might lean to the recommendation of purchasing this blaster, and I would say yes, but there's a big part of me that would also say no, and here's why. The first reason is definitely personal preference, but I think Hasbro should have gone with a mag and grip design, or pushed the mag well in front of the trigger, and even pushed the grip closer towards the stock. When I go to shoulder the blaster, it doesn't really feel intuitive. It's not even that bad when you actually think about my arm angle and placement, but I think for me, just knowing that the front is so close to my face, it just feels weird. I mean, if I were to compare to the Try-On, it's essentially the same thing, but the fact that I'm able to line up my sights here, I know the front's here, and my grip is here, this feels normal. So, I mean, that's just something that I might have to get used to. Ironically, if you add a stock of your choice, one that's already collapsed, it just is now too long for me. So I'm caught in this place of, am I shouldering a pistol? Am I shouldering some weird long rifle? It's kind of caught in the middle. When I go to use this as a pistol, well, it's okay, but now I have the battery compartment in my forearm, in my wrist, and so, I don't know, it feels a little bit weird to me. Now, as I stated earlier, the quality of this plastic is very durable, and that's obviously a good thing. It's almost too good, and I'll explain what I mean. I noticed when inserting the included magazine, it did not insert smoothly into the mag well. I had seen and heard from other users that the tolerances were very tight in their models, but I kind of assumed it wouldn't be that bad because, let's face it, these are toys, and sometimes toys just have a few flaws when being manufactured. Well, it really started to bug me the more I was testing this blaster, and as I started to inspect more, I noticed there was just this little raised bit of plastic, and there was enough of it to interfere just as it would hit the catch in the mag well. I would often have to slap the magazine in for it to see properly. The inside of the mag well feels a bit more sticky or rubberized, which I imagine is a contributing factor. Now when it came to firing the blaster, this is where I had mixed feelings. If your target is within 10 feet, the blaster would do okay. Beyond that though, this is where it got a little bit iffy. I noticed when shooting the included Nerf darts, it would sometimes veer left or veer right, some would even fishtail, so it was a little bit unpredictable. And out of all the darts that I've tested with this blaster, including its own half-length darts, I would actually put the Dart Zone Ember darts as the best ones to use. But that could be more of a nod to Dart Zone's quality of darts. I tried Worker Gen 3 darts, I tried X-Shot half-length darts, all of those just seem to not fire well out of the sender. Based on the results I got on my blaster, if you're trying to use this blaster beyond 10 feet, well, you might run into some difficulties, so I would probably strictly put this as a CQB blaster. Now, I could just spend more money on this blaster and modify it to my liking because half of this hobby involves modifying anyways. But to be honest, I really feel that a blaster should be enjoyable in stock configuration, at the very least. The blaster isn't horrible, but for me, there was enough annoying little nitpicks and gripes that I just don't know if I would willingly pick this up and use it in a playing field. So based on my results, here's my 2 cents about this blaster. If you're a regular consumer who plays with a Nerf blaster every now and then, or you're just a parent looking to buy a gift for your kid, this blaster should just be fine. It provides enough enjoyment. If you're a new hobbyist looking to play at higher velocity games, there are a few options to consider. 1, have a lower standard for this blaster when judging its performance. 2, you could be prepared to make some modifications to this blaster if you want it to perform better. Or 3, just avoid this blaster altogether, because I honestly don't think this is a great option at stock, and if you're in a group that plays at higher competition levels, well, there are better options available. Now, I do sincerely hope that Hasbro keeps pushing out pro level blasters, because the more options we have, well, the faster this hobby grows, which is something I would love to see. That's it for my review, so if you have any questions or if you think there's something I may have missed about this blaster, feel free to write it out in the comments for others to read. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.